You're listening to Sideshow Network.
Hey, hi, how are you? I'm Jamie Flam, and I'm the artistic director of the Hollywood Improv. Basically, that means I'm the one responsible for booking comedians, producing shows, and making sure every night at the club is magical. You might even call me the gatekeeper. Okay, so not really, but maybe, I don't know. Outside of my job at the Improv, I also perform and write comedy, which means I sit in front of many gatekeepers myself. It's an interesting dynamic, but it's helped me learn a lot as well. Now I host a podcast about it. Each week, I talk with bookers, producers, decision makers, performers, and more.
Hey, this is Cole Stratton.
This is Janet Varney.
This is Troy Conrad.
This is Todd Glass, and you're listening to Gatekeeper.
It's an inside look at the art of saying yes and no. Also, there are sound effects. Be sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And you can find more info at sideshownetwork.tv.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever here on the Sideshow Network. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence. And it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Shawn.
And here we are again.
Yeah.
Made it back from the desert to bring you this podcast.
I almost died.
We went to the Palm Springs. Oh, wait, no, Comic-Con
Palm Springs. It's one of those. It's one of those situations where there probably was just one Palm Springs Comic-Con, and somebody didn't like somebody, and they're like, "Hey, start our own." So Comic-Con Palm Screams. Palm Screams. Palm Screams.
Palm Springs. Palm Screams. I live in Palm
Hollywood
Springs.
and Die on Palm Screams.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to write Hollywood and Die. It's going to be a great horror movie about somebody dying in one of those shitty hotels they have all over L.A.
You can do one where they die in the desert at Palm Screams.
That's the second. That would be a great one. Palm Screams.
Hollywood and Die 2, Palm Screams.
Yeah. But yeah, Palm Springs is out in the middle of fucking nowhere. In the middle of the desert.
It's in the desert.
Near a wind farm. But it's cute and it's nice. And we went there and we bought comic books and we had to park in the middle of nowhere and Shawn almost got eaten by a scorpion or something. I'm assuming that's how it went.
What happened was we parked because we get there and it was one of those things where, you know, I feel like
we arrived at peak time, which is always a fucking mistake.
Well, we got there and we just figured that, hey, we just go in and whatever, because I didn't realize that this thing would be as busy as it was.
Yeah, me either.
And, you know, but they had, you know, this is one of the ones where, you know, what's this fuckface? Stan Lee was there, and Todd McFarlane was there. You know, they had, you know, Keith Coogan from Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead was there.
Yeah, they had a lot of people there.
You know, wasn't
Lou Ferrigno was there.
Oh, I didn't see Lou Ferrigno.
I didn't either, but I saw him on the ads.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
good for him. Was Virgil there?
Probably.
Oh.
I didn't look for Virgil.
I should have looked to see if Virgil was there. I mean, usually you could tell if Virgil's there.
Yeah, I didn't see Virgil.
But this is one of those things where it's like, it feels like they didn't plan it.
No, it was really weird because, like,
well enough, yeah.
We pulled. You know, I've never been to Palm Springs before, so I'm expecting a parking garage. No, just parking lots, and they were all full because, again, we got there at like peak time, so we had to park in like the middle of a fucking field somewhere and then walk across the desert, and it's not just like hard; it's actual fucking sand.
Yeah,
and that was bullshit, and then the line was like 4 hours long. Well, maybe not 4, maybe just like 1. So we actually left and went to get food and came back, and then it was fine. Then we actually got to park in a lot.
Yeah.
But Shawn walked back to the car, and he said he almost got lost even though he could see the car.
But the problem was that like I could have went one way and could have ended up in the desert.
Yeah, but you were walking towards the car.
But I would have got. What if something would have happened?
And there
to me?
were houses everywhere.
I would have. I think I was walking straight into Arizona.
I don't think that's true. but anything, you'd go to Coachella before you ended up in Arizona.
Oh man, Coachella.
Because it's over. That Palm Springs is over that way. So
Palm Springs and other desert towns.
In other desert towns is actually the fucking sign you see.
Which other desert towns? California. Other
desert towns. I can't wait to go there after I go to Palm Screams. But yeah, so we ended up getting some books. We're actually going to read one.
Yes.
Here today on the show.
Yeah. No, it's fresh from the
con.
We're gonna do. I don't know. Is there anything else we want to say at the Palm Springs Comic Con?
They turned off the air conditioning on the con floor, and that was a fucking nightmare.
Comic Con's Palm Springs. Excuse me. I don't want Palm Springs Comic Con getting a bad rap.
I don't know if it like broke or if they like turned it off or what, but like that was a disaster because it was 106 in Palm Springs.
Yeah,
you can imagine all those sweaty nerd bodies together in an unair conditioned room in the desert.
Cosplayers.
So that was not fun, which made the Palm Springs Library booth, which gave out fans, my favorite booth. Because I got a fan and I was like fanning myself like I'm a fucking 96-year-old woman. Like moneyed woman, like someone on Downton Abbey. Like
there's a lot of people doing that though. You were not the only one.
No, and I must have looked fucking rough because one of the vendors was like felt bad for me and he actually gave me a bottle of water. So I must have looked. I must have looked bad, man. I must have looked like I was about to die because this nice guy, one of the places we bought comic books from, I think where we might have bought this one from, walked over to me and handed me a bottle of water. So thank you.
You said, "Hey, we need to get some water," and then he was like,
and then he just handed one to me. I was just talking to you, but he was very kind. So I'm thank you, sir, for getting me water I didn't die.
I wish I knew what his table was.
I
probably could look it up.
I feel like it was like Monsters something.
Monster Comics?
Yeah, I think that might have been it.
Well, they were one of the few places actually selling dollar comics in a respectable manner.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about you vendors who need to know how to sell dollar comics
in a respectable manner.
Did you shut that off?
No, I should be on. Am I on?
Oh, you are.
Okay.
I saw things.
No, I'm good.
So you need to like put them on a table for everybody to look at. Don't put them on the floor because nobody's gonna fucking see them. I know you're trying to sell your more expensive inventory, but if you also want people to buy dollar comics, don't put them on the floor so a bunch of us animals have to go on the floor and look at them.
Well, not only that, but like every time I've seen dollar boxes on the floor at comic conventions, it's always like right in the middle of the busiest aisle.
Yeah.
And like,
so you're fighting.
I refuse to get down and
because I like to lay down and look at those boxes. I don't squat, guys.
I mean, I sit. I'm a lady, so I would sit down. There's no squatting here. There's sitting. But yeah, I don't want to sit when there's that many fucking people walking around. Because I feel like I'm in the way. It's dangerous.
Well, you are, yeah. I mean,
people
you are in the way.
Step on you. I mean, it is just not good. And plus, there's people trying to look at the boxes above you. So my rule is if there's a box underneath the table, I'm not going there.
No.
If it's not on a table, if I can't stand and look at it, I refuse.
Yeah.
So and then that's a bad thing. And then the other thing that I've never seen before, but I saw at this one, was just a table with just loose comics all over it.
I've seen it a few places.
And
but
like
those
you
are
had to like sort through the loose comics to find comics. That was weird. Not like neat stacks of them.
Like just
or like not like, you know, kind of like file folders of comics where you could like see the title. This was just literally a pile of them and you could just go through it. That was weird.
Yeah, that was just weird. And I don't like when people do that. I don't like when places do that because then it's just like
it's like a free for all.
It's like a free for all and it's like you clearly just you don't give a fuck. So if you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck.
No fucks.
But for the guy that gave us water, and
that was good.
We'll find out their place. I'll find out their place. But
yeah, that guy was really nice.
It was nice, and you guys had nice boxes.
They did. Everything was very nicely organized.
Filled some holes in my Defenders collection, my Demon collection, and my I bought something else. Bought a Fantastic Four that I needed, which I'd never think I would say, but it had Death's Head in it, so I needed it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, you bought this book we're going to talk about right now.
Yes, it is The Mighty Thor, number 395 from September 1988. Thor has been on our show before.
Yes.
I feel like we did one from the 80s as well, a little bit early, a couple years earlier than this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just kind of looking through the boxes, and I happened to find this, and I was like, we don't give Thor. I mean, there are a few books in our collection, or a few not books, but like I've noticed like a few
characters,
yeah, that are just we go to them sometimes, and then they never produce. Like like it's never as good as you think it's going to be. Mm-hmm. Like it's not the Marvel. New Warriors seems to, at least stuff that I'm researching. Because I'm just kind of looking through, and I'm just like, okay, well, let's see if we can, figure something out with one of these. And usually we're pretty good with doing it, but I don't know. Sometimes Thor hasn't been. I mean, Thor hasn't been that good, but I thought this one was good because on the cover, so you have Thor, and he is in the foreground. He's ready to punch the Earth Force because it says "Enter the Earth Force," and you've got a bunch of you got 3 jerks. I can't remember the names.
Thor versus 3 jerks. You
got a lady. You got a lady with sleeves. Her name is the Wind Warrior, I think it is.
Yeah, and then this guy's like Earth something.
Well, there's a guy. There's
a big giant kind of juggernaut looking dude.
Yeah, he's got a. Well, they all have the same kind of helmets, actually.
Yeah, and then
they got these domed like bucket helmets, kind of.
Yeah, and I forget his name's like Earth something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And then there's a dude with wings, and he's rocking a V-neck, like a real low cut V-neck.
Well, I like that the guy.
I forget his name completely. Actually.
I like that we'll get to them because we get to hang out with them for a little bit.
Yeah.
But this woman, it's funny because
she's also rocking the V-neck.
She's rocking the huge lady V-neck.
Yes, she is.
With, because it's the 80s, and it's just like, you know what?
That's the thing. She's rocking, that's considered very high fashion, because when you have little to no breasts, when you wear that, it's considered classy.
Oh.
If you have huge tits, you're considered a slut. So there you go. There's some weird lady rule for you. And it's a bullshit lady rule.
Yeah, well, it's Marvel. Marvel be following lady rules, I guess.
They went to Lady Mall?
Well, they did have, they created Lady Mall.
And maybe she went shopping at Lady Mall.
She probably did.
I mean, I didn't really see any humongously titted ladies. I mean, I'm sure there were. But they all had, the tits that just, stand on their own.
Where?
In Lady Mall.
Oh, yeah, well, because it was a respectable place, because they were like, look, can't be looking trashy in Lady Mall.
Right. So
they have security guards saying, "Hey, with a dress code."
Yeah, so they've all got those 80s fake or 90s fake tits that just stand on their own.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about bras.
Yeah, back in the 90s, it was.
You guys remember those?
Guys, back in the 90s, things were different.
But there's Thor, and he's going for a fly with his hammer.
Yes, it's called Enter the Earth Force, and he's flying with his hammer.
And apparently, he just saved the world or something.
Yeah, he's having a nice talk to himself, as he pretty much does all the time. Mm-hmm. Apparently, this book...
This is before narration boxing was really a thing.
What do you mean?
Well, that's why they talk to themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because remember, it's I don't know when there was a switch, but I've noticed in some of the older books that the character will think to himself or he'll talk to himself. But if you go to some of our newer books, all of that is not... He's not talking to himself. He's not thinking to himself. Now it's all in a narration box.
Right.
So I don't know when that switch occurred, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm assuming sometime in the 90s it happened.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't... Yeah, he's just... But it's just a thing that Thor, I think, does. Because he's like, he just kind of has a lot of ponders aloud.
Sure.
Apparently, whatever happened that he's coming back from happened 2 issues before this. I don't know what the fuck happened in the issue.
I don't know. He saved the world or whatever. So he's going to the hospital.
No, he goes and he lands on a house ledge, an apartment ledge, and he hears a newscast.
Oh, that's right.
And he hears that his buddy Hogan, his buddy of the Warriors 3. Apparently has shown up in New York and is
badly injured.
Badly injured because he got shot by a cop.
Yeah.
Because he was fighting cops.
Right.
He just didn't get randomly shot.
Well, we don't know.
No, maybe we saw the issue before.
Oh yeah, maybe it was the issue before.
Something. But
he's worse for wear. So
here's the thing though, is I'm surprised that I was not. He's Asgardian, just like Thor is.
Yes. I didn't realize they could get shot.
Yeah, I thought you could just shoot Thor point blank, and he's like, all right.
I don't know.
I mean, I know that they heal faster. You know, being Asgardian, like their physiology is different.
Right.
But I just assumed that a bullet doesn't hurt him. But that's the thing. There are characters in comics that have been gunned down, and it surprises me to this day.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing with the Scourge and the Captain America and him gunning down a lot of superheroes and supervillains, you know, with explosive bullets, and I'm just like, but some of these guys are like, you know,
vulnerable.
Or they should have pretenses, parts of their physiology or their costumes that would prevent that. And it just happens that these people get shot and they die.
So it doesn't do like the Tick's new pilot where the bullets just bounce off?
Yeah, he apparently is not Asgardian. He is apparently something else.
Yes. Yeah.
But, which, by the way, that Tick thing, if you've watched it on Amazon, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I didn't. The beginning was slow, then the middle was really good, and then the end had a stupid monologue, and I was like, what the fuck? So I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I know I liked it more than I Love Dick.
I didn't see I Love Dick.
I would not recommend it. I Love Dick it should be a movie, not a TV show.
They probably wanted it to be a movie, and they probably were. That was probably the intention. It was like, we're going to do a movie, and then they're like, well, hey, maybe we could like.
No, it's by I think the entire point was to do it as a TV show because it's by the woman who did Transparent.
Oh.
So I think her whole thing was she wanted to do a TV show, but the way it's done is not conducive to a television show. It's got a weird letter device where like words come up on the screen and like that's like how you
what do you mean, like Batman?
No,
Biff, Pop?
no. It's like it's this story about this woman and her husband, and they like go to some stupid town because her husband has like a fellowship somewhere. And then they meet Kevin Bacon, and the woman's like, "Oh, I love Kevin Bacon." And then so
I'm 1 degree away from Kevin Bacon right now.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh my god, I finally won the game." And so she starts writing these letters to him, and his name is Dick. So she's like, "Dear Dick, I never understood obsession." And like, so that'll pop up, and like on a red screen with white letters, and it'll just say, "Dear Dick, I never understood obsession." And then you go into another scene.
Is his name Dick Bacon?
Oh, I forget what his last name is, but his name's Dick.
I wish it was Dick Bacon.
So that's why it's called I Love Dick.
That's
because
a good
then
name.
she wants to fuck Dick, and then she tells her husband about wanting to fuck Dick, and then her husband like fucks her. And that's the first episode. It's a real weird show.
Okay.
I was like, this isn't a show. This is one of those independent movies that like people with too much money give each other awards over. It's not a TV show.
Is that what we saw? We saw the Hollers over the weekend too.
Yeah, that's another one of those.
Yeah.
But that was like an indie movie about family and John Krasinski.
Who wants to do? Well, I'll share my thoughts about that movie elsewhere.
Yeah,
be on the lookout for that. Fans of mine on Twitter. One of my however many fans I have. If you aren't a robot. I will.
I've noticed, what's really fun is if you post anything about comics on Twitter or Instagram, you immediately get followed by somebody who has an avatar of either tits or an ass.
Oh.
By some sort of bot. And I'm like, what in the name Jen screams, I need to see your tits? Just because I'm posting about comic books doesn't mean that I am into ladies.
I don't know. I feel like I get...
And there's nothing wrong with being into ladies. I just don't happen to be.
I feel like I get legit followers, but at the same time, they just act weird. Or I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what to expect.
Oh, I never get any, like... Those bots never, like, tweet at me, but they're always like, click on my profile to see more.
I always get the ones where
I'm like, I don't want to see more. It's cool if you're into ladies. I am not into ladies. Like, if you want to, like, send me a picture of, like, if a bot follows me and it's like a dude in a Speedo, that might actually get me to click.
Is it Rob Delaney?
Yes. If it's Rob Delaney in a Speedo, I will totally click. If it's anything else, forget it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyways, back to Thor.
Yeah.
So Thor goes...
So Thor's going to the hospital.
Thor goes to the hospital because he finds out this guy, Hogan got shot. He's in the hospital.
Yeah. So
let's get over there.
And then we're at the hospital, and Daredevil is actually escorting him in.
Yeah, what the fuck's Daredevil doing here?
Apparently, he must have been in the last issue because Daredevil's here. And they're like, "Oh my god, it's Daredevil, the man without fear." And he's like, "Well, that's what they call me, but
yeah,
whatever."
no, just some woman.
The nurse.
Nurses never do that.
Yeah,
nurses are. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, props to doctors and nurses. They be handling shit.
Oh yeah, they're not going to be like.
They're not like, "Oh my god, it's Alan Thicke," or whatever the fuck.
They see
say.
too much shit to care.
They're like, whatever.
I mean, that's really the thing. They see
Daredevil
way too
here.
much shit to give a shit.
It's like, yeah, look, that's great, but don't bother me right now.
Get out of my way, Daredevil. This guy's crashing. We need to get him into surgery.
I know. There's a man wearing a fuzzy hat. We got to help him out.
Yeah, they're like, well, he needs to get prepped. And then there's this like really pretty pissed off cop, and he's like, man, it took 20 men to bring him down. Yeah, fuck him. Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, dude, doctors are here to help anybody who gets shot and is brought in here, so shut the fuck up. So Daredevil's like, all right, that guy's looking for Thor. I better go try to find Thor. But of course,
he leaves.
They pass in the night, basically.
He leaves immediately. Apparently, he doesn't have Thor sense.
It even says, like ships passing on a fog-darkened night, Thor and Daredevil miss each other.
Oh, misconnections.
Oh, they should put out a Craigslist
wearing
ad.
horns, swinging from a building. Me wearing wings, swinging towards a building. Where are you? Heart.
Heart.
Skull sign.
Skull sign.
I don't know.
Skull
sign.
Love,
skull sign.
love, death.
Fist. Chicken wing.
Hammer. Lady
chicken.
in a dress.
Lady in a dress.
I don't understand emoji.
Cheese.
So as Thor arrives, we are at like a snake lair for Seth. The
serpent god Seth.
of death.
Serpent god Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, and his stupid sausage movie. And he's smoking a lot of weed. So I'm surprised he...
Well, this is what he was doing before.
I'm surprised he has the wherewithal to do anything if he's that high all the time. So...
Hey, I'm Seth Rogen.
Why does he sound like a Yeti?
Because he's kind of like Brian Posehn impersonation.
It's also your Seth Rogen impersonation.
But it's also...
Oh wait, that wasn't it. wait, I gotta try that again. Wait, how do you do a Yeti?
Well,
I'm Seth Rogen. Is that it?
Hey man, it's Seth Rogen.
It also sounds
Brian Posehn.
It also sounds a lot like Bobcat back in the day.
Ow! That's Bobcat.
But maybe a little Sam.
Bobcat.
Maybe a little Sam Kinison thrown in there.
Sam Kinison just screams.
Well, close enough.
I don't want to scream right now.
I'm Seth Rogen. No, that's terrible. I sound like an evil old witch. Oh, my pretties, come with me. I will cook you in a stew.
Well, that'd be great if like Seth Rogen was a witch. It's like, I'm Seth Rogen the witch. Here's some eye of newt soup. Go do my bidding.
He's not going to make eye of newt soup. He's just going to make eye of weed soup.
Eye of weed. I have talking sausages in here.
Vagina buns.
Here's some. I'm cooking up some joke soup.
Yeah. Is it like talk soup?
Yeah,
which is what the soup was before it was the soup.
That's still on.
I don't know if the soup is still on, but
is E still on? Is E still a thing?
I don't know. I think it is. The entire network is just nothing but Kardashians at this point.
Anyway, so Seth. So the serpent god Seth is apparently trying to manipulate a bunch of stuff going on in Asgard. That's kind of what you need to know.
That's all he needs to know. He's like, fuck everybody.
He's got a little squat,
fuck Odin.
He's got a little squat monster.
Yeah, fuck Odin, fuck Thor.
Who literally has like no actual head. He's just a mountain. Like
he has no neck
with a head face.
Yeah,
on
he has
it.
got no neck, and he's like, "Oh, death will conquer Asgard. I will win."
He looks very Kirby-esque. From it looks like Calabac.
Yeah, he does
with no hair.
Yep, and he's like, "Oh, nothing's gonna go wrong. I've planned for every contingency. Ha 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 ha. I win." So then Thor goes striding down the hallway at the hospital to see how his buddy's doing, and they're like, "Oh, there's nothing you can do. You must pray for your friend."
Yeah, well, it's funny because some people are just kind of...
They call him Blondie.
Well, there's like a bunch of these like police
this just
officers.
Makes me want to watch Vikings.
No. Yeah, Vikings.
That's all. I just want. But I've already gotten to all. I've already watched all the Vikings.
So this is funny because there's all these cops and they're dressed in like these dumpy outfits.
Yeah, I don't really know if that's riot gear. It's kind of like a.
Is that riot gear? Because they're all white.
That's the thing. It's supposed to be riot gear.
Is it Arctic riot gear?
I'm gonna say this.
Are they going to Antarctica to fight the Thing?
Yes, I'm gonna say
as in John Carpenter's The Thing.
This is proto stormtrooper getup. Because it's all white and it's got helmets and they all look the same, but it's like really shitty.
But it's like really like
so it's like
wide and dump. Looks like their crotches are huge.
It's proto gear. So by the time we get to stormtroopers, it's been through a lot of iterations.
Okay, so
this is like the beginning.
I see.
This is a prequel
and it's
to Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
That's what this is.
Well, Marvel did used to print the Star Wars comic, back in the 70s, and they do now too.
And now they're the same company. So yeah, they're going to start right here for the prequel to the prequel to the prequel of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's like, "Oh, where is the surgeon? I need to talk to him."
Yes. Yeah, he's Thor.
And apparently, like, this one guy's thinking, like, "Oh, this guy must be a big deal that Thor come talk to him." And Thor, and one of these guys is like, relax, blondie. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's stupid. So
Thor's doing a Vince McMahon stride, by the way.
Oh, he absolutely is. Yeah.
He's got like the fist out. He's doing.
Yeah, he's throwing his arms and yeah.
So the surgeon's like, your friends. We're doing our thing.
Yeah, we're doing our thing. We're trying. So and then
we did not realize that as Guardian, we were trying to find where this bullet is, and apparently we also found 3 lungs because it's as Guardians because they're kind of like aliens.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It's weird. It's because they're kind of like the same from Norse mythology, the same characters, but they're not also because they're, instead of just being human, they're like alien creatures. I don't know. It's weird.
Right.
So anyway, now we're in a different room. And
so now we cut
there's
to
a cop who's been shot, and he doesn't have long, and he's slipping away, and his name is Brock. That's his last name.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. It's not Brock. It's Tile Brock.
Tile!
His name is Tile.
Tile.
Because his parents hated him and they wished they had a floor instead of a child. They were just like, if you didn't come along, I could have retiled the entire house. But you were here. You surprised child. I'm going to name you Tile after what I actually wanted.
Is she just looking at her bathroom?
Yes,
looking at
she just cries every time
carpeted bathroom floor for some reason.
Yeah, for the rest of that kid's life, every birthday, his mom is just like,
just look at the hardwood floor in the kitchen, and she's just like,
anytime
should we name our kid? She's just looking at the floor. Tile.
Yeah. And any single time that she has to buy him anything, school supplies, clothing, she's like, if I didn't have to spend this money on you, I could have gotten the house retiled. But you need to go to school, don't you? And then that's how that works.
You need inoculations and stuff.
Yeah, you need braces.
You need braces.
Food. Clothes.
Food. I could be retiling.
Yeah,
I could have a kitchen.
Yeah.
I could.
So they didn't name him Tile.
They named him Tile. Well, it's Tyle.
Yeah, but still Tile. It's pronounced Tile.
I don't.
Okay. And his name is Tile Brock. Tile Brock, which I'm surprised is not the name of a wrestler at this point.
Tile Brock.
Yeah.
Tile Brock Lesnar. Oh man, that'd be great if he could be like Absorbing Man, but he just is made of tile.
Oh Jesus!
But he's Brock Lesnar and he's just made of bathroom tile.
Instead of just seriously wounding Randy Orton, he would have killed Randy Orton at SummerSlam. One day Brock Lesnar will kill someone.
One day Brock Lesnar is going to
in the ring.
One day Brock Lesnar is going to accidentally rip off somebody's head, and then the pay-per-view is just going to end, and then you're going to find out that WWE has been closed permanently.
What if he continued punching Randy Orton after because there was a lot of blood during SummerSlam.
Yeah,
he cut Randy Orton's head open, and there was literally a pool of blood. I've never seen so much blood in a wrestling thing. So,
yeah.
What if he was punching him and he just punched through his skull, and it was just like.
There was just brain meat.
Yeah, and it was just like punching into a watermelon. Do you think they would have just gone to black at that point?
You would have cut. It cuts to Gallagher and the audience applauding.
Y'all want to smash some fruit?
Y'all want to smash some Orton?
Oh,
that would be great.
Gallagher's the only one applauding. Just standing.
That's a good show. I couldn't have done it better myself. I want to do my We Hate Movies Mark Maron Gallagher impersonation.
Yeah.
Or Gallagher talking to Mark Maron. I can do that, Mark. I can smash Randy Orton's head, Mark.
Ugh.
I don't need a hammer. I've got fists of justice.
Would it just be like a pin? You could hear a pin drop in the entire stadium, and then just Gallagher, probably from the nosebleeds, just like, woo!
No. He's just saying. No. Actually, it's just Gallagher going, I can do that, Mark. Just complete silence, and it's just him going on. And then
But he just like runs down with his mallet. He's like, "Oh, finally, Gallagher's moment is here."
Is this wrestling now? I can do that, Mark.
So Tile Brock is
So Tile Brock goes into
his terrible life is ending.
Tile Brock is ending. So he flies. But somehow he gets whisked away.
His wife is there, and she's
not.
like, "Yes,
Oh, his
wife
wife
is here."
Okay.
And like there with like another cop, and she's like, "Oh, why? Why did he have to get shot?" And he's like, "Oh, I can't answer that." But Tile wouldn't want you to be here during his last moments of life. He would want you to leave.
He wants to die alone. Get out of here.
Everyone wants to die
Everybody
alone.
else, this man wants to die alone.
And she's like, "Good idea. My husband totally does want to die alone or surrounded by strangers and
Don't tell your kids.
and sterilized medical equipment."
Don't tell kids.
So she leaves because and then he sinks down into some weird.
He goes into like a purgatory.
Yeah,
thing.
and he's very square.
His name is Tile Brock.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He was made out of Texas football. Is he on Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, I think he is. So it's him, and then he's like, "Where am I? Am I dead?" And he's there with like these two other people.
Yeah.
And then
We get to-
Seth the Serpent is like, "No, come forward." He does what Christopher Walken's character in The Prophecy does.
Oh, The Prophecy.
To Brittany Murphy.
Oh.
Which is, and I think that might be in the second one. I forgot who he does it to in the first one. But he, like, they're just about to die, and just before they die, he, like, coaxes them back to life. And that's basically
Well, he just coaxes her back to life, I think, right?
Well, no, Christopher Walken does that in many prophecy movies. There's a lot of
I'm saying, but like, because her and her boyfriend
yeah, and I'm
crashed the car into the wall.
Yeah, I think that's the second one, though.
Yeah, it's the second one. I think. Well,
I'm trying to remember.
I think it's the second one because that's the one with Danzig.
Yes, it's the second one. So the first one, he does it to some guy who's about to kill himself in an apartment, and I don't remember who it is. But he does it because he can't drive. And he needs someone to help him drive and operate computers, etc.
Oh.
So this
Oh,
guy...
that's right. I forgot there's computers in that movie.
Yes, there are computers
Technology.
in that movie. I love that movie.
I need to... I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to
just
try.
don't.
Because I started doing Shatner.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is not Christopher Walken.
Shatwalking.
Shatwalking. Shatwalking sounds like a thing that, like... Shatwalking sounds like a thing you would see on, like, those Jackass movies. It's like, I'm Shatwalking.
Yeah, that sounds like something that happens when you eat at Taco Bell and can't get to the bathroom quick enough.
That's when you eat a
Shatwalk.
Doritos Shatwalk.
Or you...
Because you already shit your pants the moment you ate.
Yeah.
So you shat. It's in the past tense.
Exactly. So you shatwalk to the bathroom. That also happens if you eat Doritos Locos Tacos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Seth, the serpent guy, is like, "Hey guys, everything you know about your world is in grave danger, and I have brought you back from the brink of death to save your world."
This is the prophecy, guys.
Tile Brock.
It's actually
it's
exactly
literally
the prophecy.
He's like, "Tile Brock, you're here. You're here with this other fuck named Winston Manchester, who was a businessman."
Winston Manchester. That's right.
Winston Manchester, who apparently is the most British man who died in this hospital.
You're the most British man to die ever.
Oh, the only more British man would be Benedict Cumberbatch. He says, "You're the
Is that his dad?
Yes, Winston Manchester's dad is Benedict Cumberbatch. He says, "You were a businessman." I don't know how that works. You were a businessman who lived only to work and then worked himself into an early grave.
He did? What he worked at was he working and then he just like fell in a grave?
Yeah.
Was he like on the
It was
phone
just-
like doing a deal? It's like, yeah, we gotta get 50. We got to sign that deal today. Grave.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. He was just like doing VLOOKUPs on Excel spreadsheets and just like keeled over. He's like, too many VLOOKUPs.
He was
and
on an iPad and he was like,
yeah. and he had like a Bluetooth in his head, and maybe he just like walked into a hole or something.
That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think happened. Somebody dug a grave, and it's like, oh, well, here you are.
And then Pamela Shaw, and of course the chick gets the most bullshit explanation. Pamela Shaw, a beautiful flower that was plucked much too soon by her own hand. And then she's like, oh, it's because my baby died and I was horribly depressed. You're like, oh, yeah, you couldn't have said that? You have to just talk about how pretty she is? All right, whatever.
Yeah. Her baby died and her husband left her.
Yeah, and so she's...
For some reason, I feel like this should be... Her whole segment...
She's a country song.
No, her whole segment should be like narrate... Should be like done... It should be like an extra verse in like Blasphemous Rumors by Depeche Mode. I just kept thinking that. That's all I could think of when I read that.
Yes, you are
Pamela Shaw had a baby, then it died, and her husband left her. Killed herself, ended up in hell. Then Seth Rogen gave her powers.
Don't want to start any blasphemous room. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Good job, babe. I'm really proud of you for that.
That was really good. Actually, that was really good. I could be a songwriter.
You totally could. Only if everything is set to blasphemous room.
Yes. Only if I could sing. Only if I could add extra verses to Blasphemous Rumors. That's how I get my Grammy. I think I was thinking about trying to go for an EGOT.
When you get the EGOT.
When I get the EGOT that I have no qualifications for.
Yep.
But I feel like I might have a shot at an Emmy.
Well, maybe you could do an off-Broadway play of
very far off Broadway play.
Very, very, very far off Broadway play, where it's just nothing but like songs, verses of blasphemous rumors.
Hey, look! I'll tell you what.
And hopefully you'll get written.
If Julie Klauser could do,
I was going to say, and Julie Klauser will end up coming to your show and making fun of it on difficult people, and you'll get a Tony.
Yeah.
So there's your Tony Award. And obviously, this podcast will somehow
be made into a movie.
Well, no, it's going to be nominated for a spoken word Emmy. And
that's a way. Yeah, that's a way.
That's totally a way.
When is that going to happen?
I don't know, but it should.
Can podcasts be nominated for Emmys?
They should start getting nominated.
Oh man, that would be great.
Or, no, Grammys. I'm sorry, Grammys.
Grammys.
Yeah.
But I was going to win that for Blasphemous Rumors.
Well, maybe, but that's how you win your Tony.
Well, maybe if Song for Blasphemous Rumors makes it into a movie.
Yeah.
Done by John Krasinski. It's nominated for an Oscar.
Is it just John Krasinski's doing all movies now?
John Krasinski's Blasphemous Rumors.
Directed by John Krasinski.
John Krasinski, if you didn't already know.
Yeah, just in case. Is this his first movie that he's directed, Hollers?
I feel like he's probably done another. Did he direct that one that Michael Bay directed? I don't know.
Oh, you mean the bullshit Benghazi
The one
movie?
where he's like, I got really ripped.
Where he got really, really ripped, and then he just like stood in a desert or whatever, which was probably just Palm Springs.
Was that me?
Yeah.
Was that about me?
That's what happened
Was
yesterday.
that about my plight yesterday? I got lost in the desert.
Okay, like we parked literally like 10 minutes walking distance from the convention center. You can see our car. And Shawn says he got lost in the desert.
I was worried. No, I wasn't lost. I was worried I was going to get lost.
But you can see the car. How are you going to get lost?
But I was like, I have to turn this way and walk that way because I saw another path and I was like, that looks like it's going to the desert. But I was confused because I thought
towards the car. You're walking across a field.
I could have died. Shawn Merrick walked in the desert. Could see his car in his sight. Walked the wrong way. Fell in a hole.
No, I like fell.
Worked himself to an early grave. Okay.
Fell in a hole. Eaten by a scorpion. His wife couldn't find the keys. And then I'm just like...
So you're trapped... So you had to live in Grand Palm Springs?
I did. I could never leave Palm Springs. Unless I learned how to hotwire.
just
and I'm just here.
Forever Genesee trying to steal cars in Palm Springs. And she's just trying
like, I don't know where my husband went. And he's got the car keys.
I know there's ways to get back. But
and I have to feed the cats.
What a tragic story. John Krasinski should make that into a movie. Oh, man.
Anyway, so he's like, all right, guys, now that you're not all dead, I'm going to give you all powers.
I'm going to give you powers of the Earth.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to basically make you to the Planeteers.
Yeah. You're
which is weird
Planet.
for Snake Seth Rogen to do.
It is.
Because he's like, you know what? I'll just give you all these Earth powers and give you nice costumes You know,
Yeah.
that nice sweet V-necks.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, so we have Wind Warrior. That's the lady.
Wind Warrior.
She's the mistress of the Tempest.
Oh, man.
Skyhawk,
Mistress.
who's
Oh.
the master of flight. And I thought he was just rocking a V-neck. He's not only rocking a V-neck, he is rocking kind of a half dress, but like one of those ones that's like cut all the way up the thigh.
Yeah.
So just like the little flap
Was it
hangs
a- was
over
it-
the crotch.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's impressive. And then Earth Lord,
Earth Lord, that's his name.
your tower of strength.
So he's basically Earth Lord. Okay, so here's like this way to describe Earth Lord. Earth Lord looks like fucking.
He's brown Juggernaut.
He's brown. No, I mean,
Juggernaut's kind of purple.
no. Juggernaut's red, like brick red. But Earth Lord looks like giant. No, he's not. Looks like Giant Man, like Henry Pym. Because
okay.
because Juggernaut's like bigger and stockier. This guy just looks like
He's just large.
like Giant Man, but he's wearing like his helmet's domed. It kind of looks like Peacemaker. I don't know if you know Peacemaker from DC Comics. He's got like this stupid helmet, and they all look like that. Mm-hmm. I don't like it.
No.
Anyway, so he's brown.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's brown.
He's
Shit
brown. He looks like a piece of shit.
Yep. There's Fiats that color.
I drive a brown Fiat.
I like Fiats.
Anyway, so
I
then he
think they're
shows.
cute.
So their mission. He's like, "Look, I gave you these powers.
Yeah.
And only here's the deal.
You got to kill this fucker.
You got to kill Hogan,
yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, go kill Hulk Hogan for destroying Gawker. Go now. You don't know what that means in 1988, but you will. So he's like, go kill this guy. And Wind Chick is like, what do you do? And he says, it doesn't matter, just kill him.
Yeah. She's like, look, I gave you powers, and you're about to kill yourself.
Because if you don't, here's where his plan hits a snag. He says, if you don't do this, I will kill you. She already killed herself. So what kind of threat is that? It might be a threat to the other two, but for her, it's not really a threat.
Yeah. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Because why does she care?
Yeah, why
would she care? She's like, whatever. I wanted
She's like,
this.
oh wait, now I'm alive and I have powers, but I still have a dead baby, and my husband left me.
Yeah, you're not gonna go back and have all your things.
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
You're not gonna unblasphemous rumor yourself.
I don't think you can. You cannot unblasphemous rumor. There's no going back once you're stuck in that song.
Yeah.
So let's see. He's like, he sends him to the hospital, and the cops are like, "Oh shit, those people just appeared. We should shoot them." And even like Earth guy's like, "No, wait, we're here to help you." And they're like, "Nope, fuck it, fight." So
Wait, so they're here to help
that's
them,
what he says.
but they're not. They just want to kill that dude.
Yeah, but he told them the whole safety of the world like hinges on what they're doing.
But they don't even know what that guy's gonna do. Like they can't even, because they're like, well, because here's another fault. This is the fault in their plan where they're like, hey, don't kill us or don't stop us from killing this dude. First of all, they don't even say what they're doing,
right.
and then they're like, because they're just a bunch of doofs that show up in stupid hats and they start
Yeah, in
fighting,
costumes.
start doing stuff.
Yeah.
But then they don't even say
What they're doing.
what they're doing, and they don't even say, well, because their idea is like, okay, hey, don't stop us because the world's at stake.
Right.
But
they don't really know why the world's at
they don't know
stake?
why the world's at stake, because how is exactly the world at stake?
Well, they don't know that. They're just like, oh, I guess I just have to kill that guy.
Because now I have these great powers, which immediately they know how to use.
Oh, yeah. There's no learning curve on these at all. They
Like the
just-
guy with the wings is like, he is
yeah.
into it.
Yeah, he's
Is he the
so
cop?
into it. Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. No, the cop's Earth guy. This is the guy who worked himself to death with the Excel spreadsheets.
Okay, yeah, but
Which
he's...
you think like a lifetime of desk jockeying wouldn't really get you as good as this guy is, but
No, he's like freaking Archangel flying around with his wings.
He is just fucking killing people. And Tempest is just like, or like Earth Wind Lady is like,
Wind Warrior.
I can do it. And she like stirs up this little tornado.
She's a little cyclone.
And Thor shows up. So as Earth Dude and Wingman fight Thor, she actually stirs up this little cyclone and dumps the cops outside in a way that won't hurt them. So she's doing this on purpose, not to hurt these people.
But also, but you know what? I mean, how do you know? I mean, I don't know. Maybe she got imbued with the knowledge on how to actually do this correctly, because
maybe,
that
I
you
don't
can't
know.
tell me that for somebody that immediately just got those powers that you know how to exactly do that.
I know. I don't know.
I like how these cops are drawn too, because they're kind of drawn like just they're
like action figures.
Yeah, they're like action. It's like if you took a bunch of action figures, just put them in, and like they just put their arms by their sides.
Yeah, and their heads down.
And they're like, whoa, and then they just get fallen down. Anyways,
so she sends them out. They fight Thor. Thor gets thrown into the operating room.
Thor gets operating with the biggest fist.
Yeah, but with big fist.
Because it's Earth Lord's fist, but his fist, I don't remember his fist. His fist isn't even that big.
Oh, I know.
Compared to like the next in the previous panel.
Yeah, it's just a huge, stupid
fist. It's like the SmackDown fist.
It is a SmackDown fist. And Thor's like, oh, quick, I better use my hammer to...
Well, first of all, he gets thrown into the emergency room.
The operating room.
Fucking... Thankfully, he puts that dome over them, but you can't tell me that there's not already like they're trying to do the surgery.
Contamination and shit.
What?
Contamination.
Well, contamination, but also trying to because you can't tell me that there's not he gets knocked through like a wall, right? Or a door. And he's trying to.
They're actually performing surgery as this happens.
Yeah, and so then so there's that, but then Thor.
And I didn't realize that the hammer could do this.
No, I didn't either. And this is probably just something they're like, whoa, we got to do this because...
It forms an indestructible shield around the operating team. So Thor...
He grabs some magic, some sort of force field magic and throws it over the doctors.
Yeah, which apparently his hammer created. And you're like, what? Okay.
Which apparently also, because the doctors even say this later, that it basically cuts off all the air too.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, well, you could just end up killing them anyways.
Yeah.
So he goes to fight these guys. He's fighting these guys, and they're sort of getting the better of him.
Yeah, and he's fighting them, but as that happens, the guy they're operating on...
Hogan.
Sorry. Yeah. The guy they're operating on, he slips into a coma, and he ends up going down to Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth.
And he's like, haha, here we are in the underworld. I win, whatever. And he's like, no, and now what do they start doing here? They fight?
Because he wants him to,
he wants him to join him or something.
He wants him to die so he could join his
snake army or whatever.
Yeah, he could join Eternal Peace and basically, join me in the destruction of Asgard and whatever.
He does something to his face.
And gives him the mark of
death upon you. Earth guy's he says to the Wind Lady, hold on, we got to talk about this. Something's going on. And Thor, what happens here? Thor saves a guy who almost fell off the side of the building.
So apparently some random patient.
Well, yeah, because they ripped a hole inside of the building.
They ripped a hole in the side of the hospital. Apparently some patient's just oh no, that patient wandered too close.
Yeah, so Thor helps him, and then the Wing guy's I'm gonna fight you, whatever.
Yeah, Wing guy doesn't. Wing guy's
he is ready
because he's the
kill.
Businessman. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he wants to kill all people.
Yeah, but the brown man, the Earth Lord's well, look, I'm a cop. I'm not gonna just take a random person's life.
Right, and so the Wind Lady's yeah, maybe you're right, and so they want to talk about it, but he's fuck it, we're gonna win because Thor's almost dead. Let's do it. And so she creates a cyclone and fly them all away. She's we got to talk about this. Majority rules. We're gonna figure out what's going on. And so they leave.
Yeah.
And,
goodbye.
And Thor's why did they leave? Because they could have totally beat.
Oh, I could have died. I almost got lost in the desert like Shawn.
Yeah, and then he's oh shit, I need to save all those doctors from under the dome. So he does. Oh, he's Hogun the Grim. That's
Hogun the Grim.
And he's oh, he's doing good. He's fine. He'll be just fine, but he won't be.
Even though we almost passed out from the lack of air, and and then he went into a coma, but he'll be fine.
Yep.
He'll be all right.
He'll be okay. And so then we're up on Asgard, and I guess the Rainbow Bridge is broken. And the rest is this Loki, I'm assuming?
No, this is I don't know. Is this Odin? I think this is Odin.
It's not old enough.
I don't know.
I don't know who this is. There's a guy with horns, and he's like, "Ah,
Oh.
Asgard is defenseless" or some shit. I don't know.
Why do I know who this guy is? I want to
I don't
say
know
it's
who he is.
Odin, but I don't want to say it's Loki. Because he's just got these big horns, but it's not Loki. You know, when he's talking to Volstagg and Fandral. But he's talking to what they're saying, my liege, so there's got to be Odin.
It could also be Loki. He's Odin's son.
I don't know.
Maybe it's Odin. I don't know. Whatever. Defenseless. The end.
Yeah. So basically shit's going down in Asgard, and Seth's going to be unleashing
another
Pineapple
movie.
Express 2 on them. And
Yeah, it's animated.
is it animated?
I have no idea.
Is it? Did they make a sequel for that? I feel like they did.
Probably.
In my head, they did.
It's going to be Sausage Party 2 versus the Pineapple Express.
Oh man, pineapple's involved. Oh boy. Well, that's it for Thor's. The Thors.
The Thors.
That's the Thors. That's actually a book. Thors. Other Thor towns. The Mighty Thor, number 395 from September 1988. Would you read the next issue of this?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I probably wouldn't.
Probably. I don't hate Thor.
I don't dislike Thor either, but I don't necessarily.
I don't love Thor either.
I find myself being bored mostly by Thor. This wasn't as boring.
Yeah.
Granted, we were making fun of it most of the time, but at least there was something going on that I felt I can kind of relate to.
Yeah.
Because you had like other characters in there that weren't just a bunch of like gobbledygook, like Asgard doofuses.
Yeah, and I thought it was also pretty interesting that they have these three characters that have been given these powers, and they're not just all like straight bad guys.
Yeah.
Like they're a little conflicted, but one of them's not, so you've got some problems on the team already.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. An interesting way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that made sense. So, I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see.
Earth Force.
I got to find out what happened to these dummies.
I'm sure they never showed up again.
No, they probably went and died in a pool or something.
They died in the desert.
They died in the desert next to me.
Earth guy took them out, and they all got eaten by
They're
spiders.
like, where do we go? Dead.
They're like, I can see our car, dead.
All right.
My car is 5 feet away, dead.
Oh, no, I got sand in my shoe. Dead. Yeah. All right, Mighty Thors. All right, well, that's the Mighty Thor. We'll be back with the next book.
Hey, what up, peeps? It's Jessie Mae Peluso here to tell you about my podcast, The Sharp Tongue, heard each week right here on the Sideshow Network. Every episode is a slice of my life as a touring comedian, and I'm bringing you my favorite funny and interesting friends to talk about whatever is on our minds. I talk about road stories, I talk about horror movies, music, putting fingers in buttholes. Everything you ever want to talk about is right here. It's A Sharp Tongue with me, Jessie Mae Peluso, every week on iTunes and the Sideshow Network. Download, rate, and subscribe, and tell a friend to check us out, because we need validation. And by we, I mean me. I'm alone here in the studio.
Starbucks for life. Starbucks for life. Starbucks for life.
All right, we're back here on Worst Collection Ever here on Sideshow Network. And let's get into our next book. What are you doing?
Trying to eat the microphone.
Me and Jen are on diets right now.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Trying.
Hey, you've lost weight though, so that's good.
guess
I haven't, which is literally the story of my life because I have no metabolism. I have the metabolism of a rock.
Of the Rock?
No, of the rock would be awesome. No, of a rock,
Oh.
which means I metabolize 0 foods and never lose weight.
That's very sad.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty. I'm gonna eat this microphone though.
Okay. So our next book is a Superboy book, but it's not the Superboy that you're used to.
Oh, you mean the ones I always buy?
It's
like
not your
the
mama's Superboy. It's not the New Adventures of Superboy.
This is dumb.
This is Superboy. So this is the 90s Superboy.
Yeah, it's gross.
And it's our buddy, Superboy, with his earring and his stupid hair.
Mm-hmm. And his jacket.
And his jacket. It's Superboy number 23. It's a Superboy volume 4, number 23. from January 1996.
This is Extreme Superboy.
Yeah. And on the cover, it's Superboy and Knockout. Knockout is basically one of the female Furies from Apocalypse who came to Earth to
Help Superboy?
She came there to help
question mark?
Superboy, and she ended up being shitty anyways.
Yeah, well, she's shitty in this book, too.
Yeah, she's shitty in this book. And she's on the cover here helping Superboy beat up a bunch of robots. And it says Superboy and Knockout. Which apparently she must have been, like, really in this book a lot. Because, you know, she's even on the little, like... You know, sometimes they'll have, like, a little picture of the guys, you know, of the team or whatever. And it's, like, her and Superboy, like, flying together.
Sure.
She's even in the title here. Not that this actual book of the book was called Superboy and Knockout, but Superboy and Knockout, will they save Hawaii or will they destroy it?
Destroy it.
Yeah, destroy. So we have so we start off.
We start off in Star Labs with some dude. I don't know who this guy is. I don't think it matters.
He's a doctor.
He's a doctor, and he's like...
So something happened in a previous issue where I think somebody from the Legion of Superheroes or some Legionnaires or something, somebody came by to hang out and do some stuff.
Oh, something with earplugs.
Yeah, one of them left an earplug, and there's this black dude there, and apparently his name is the Technician.
Yeah, and he has these goggles that Superboy used to have. So he, like, zaps the doctor and, like, sets this whole lab on fire. And so then he's just like, okay, well, I'm going to teleport out of here. So the doctor's just laying there in this fire pile. He's going to die. So then we cut to Superboy and Knockout.
This black dude, by the way, looks like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, he's got a little soul patch. It's kind of impressive.
He looks like Samuel L. Jackson, and he's I can't think of what that movie is.
Unbreakable?
No. No. God damn it.
Excuse me.
It's one of his. There's a movie.
He's in all movies. So
I know he's in all movies.
To keep it all straight.
But there's a movie where he's got this very prominent soul patch, and I can't remember it.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
So then we cut to Superboy and Knockout training together on the beach. However, it's not just training. It's Superboy is learning from Knockout, but like she's telling him how to fight, but the way it's phrased is like she's telling him how to fuck.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross, actually.
Yeah, she's coming on very strongly.
Yeah. She's like, match my rhythm, move with me, impress me. Whatever. And so as they're doing it, she's like, oh, I've got a whole world of things to teach you. And she calls him pup, which is gross.
Yeah, she keeps calling him pup.
She's really gross. So
Don't call dude pup.
Yeah, it's just she's gross in general. She's gross later in the book too. So she's just really nasty. So she is a pedophile.
She's kind of like yeah.
She's a pedophile.
Well, I mean, she goes full on pedophile.
She does. That's what I'm
later.
saying. She's gross.
I think Superboy's in high school.
Yeah.
Is it college or high school?
I thought he was in high school. But
he's got to be in high school because he's
high school because they look like children.
Yeah, no, it's got to be high school because of the way that just everything's kind of
Superboy is always supposed to be like a teenager, right? Or like at least looks like a teenager. So as they're training,
well, if he was a man, he would be Superman.
Exactly, that's why he's Superboy. Got to be in high school. So as they're training and Knockout's just like really trying to get in Superboy's weird pants. Like, there's these two chicks, and I don't know who they are.
One's Roxy, and the other I forgot her name.
Tallulah starts with the T.
So basically he goes like I think the whole premise of this the whole kind of idea of this book is that he goes to like Hawaii to kind of like set up shop there, and he's friends with a bunch of these people there, and there's like a like Knockouts there. Like there's a whole cast of characters.
Yeah. So they're both there, and they're both like in their bikinis, and they're like, I hate her because she's flirting with my Superboy. And they're like, oh my god, we totally have something in common. Finally. And then as they're sitting there talking about how much they hate Knockout because she's a pedophile, who's this guy?
Dublix.
Sure. He walks up.
Hang on.
He's like, what are you guys...
Double X.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about? He's like, did you finally figure out that you both want Superboy's dick? And she's like, oh, shut up. We just figured out that we're Betties. Beach Betties, which I don't even know what that means.
So he's like...
but he has some sort of, like, ESP power.
Yeah, he's like this monster. Not this monster.
He looks like Blue Devil.
He looks like Blue Devil, but, like, really gaunt, and he looks like poo.
Yeah. Yeah.
he's
got those horns and the whatever.
Yeah,
but he sees the doctor burning, and he says Superboy. And they're like, Double X, what is it?
This guy's like a Kirby creation, by the way, from the...
Yeah,
apparently
that's not a surprise.
Yeah.
He's like, Superboy is needed at Star Labs. So Superboy goes to Star Labs, puts out the fire. Knockout goes with him because she's a creep. And they're like, I don't know, Superboy. It's just, I just thought of you because this guy had your glasses... or glasses like yours, and Superboy was like, oh yeah, I totally lost those, and I totally forgot to tell anybody. Sorry. Looks like someone found them.
He sucks.
Yeah, he's terrible. So then we're back at the little headquarters, and there's this guy who is the blonde chick's father.
I think. And
they're printing their very own Superboy comic. And Supergirl's in it, except she's not really Supergirl. She's Supergal. And they're talking. There's like a whole like copyright discussion here and blah. It's really it's inside comics. It's fucking dumb.
Kids in the 90s love comic book copyright jokes.
Oh, who doesn't?
Jokes.
Who doesn't?
Because that was the thing. When I would read Wizard comics in the 90s, I'd be like, you know what? Give me business.
Right. Give me some inside baseball.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see any jokes in my legalese. I don't want to see any morts of the month. I just want discussion about things that I don't really get.
Yeah. Oh, so this blonde chick's name is Roxy, and she has like a Legion ring around her neck.
Oh, is that a deal?
Yeah, see? She's wearing a Legion ring.
Oh,
and so she gets a phone call, and it's from like some guy on the police departments because she's trying to be a cop, and I guess somehow because she looks at the Legion ring, so somehow she used the Legion ring to like help her on her test.
Well, yeah, because it probably helped her fly and shit.
Sure. So that's what's happening right there, and then
apparently I don't know how old she is.
I don't know. That's what I don't get.
Is she like a super young cop? Because I assumed that she's friends with Superboy.
Right.
Superboy's supposed to be, 16, 18 or whatever.
No, he's supposed to be like 16. He's definitely underage.
You don't think he's 18?
No, probably not. Not if he's still in high school. I mean...
He's still 18. He's 18. He might be still in high school.
Might still be in high school. But just the way he's acting, he's not acting like a senior in high school.
No, but then but she apparently is already going to be a cop.
Right.
So she can't be, unless she's going to be like, a junior explorer or some shit.
Right. I don't know. You usually don't have to take a test for that. So then we cut back to this guy. What's his name?
Technician.
The technician.
Samuel L. Technician.
Samuel L. Technician is building a robot, and he's like thinking about like how well he's doing, and like how great he is.
I'm doing great.
And like Superboy he's gonna deal with Superboy because he's got those goggles now. And then we cut back.
This is about goggles.
Yeah. Then we cut back to Superboy in class. This is why I think he's much younger, because look how young all these kids look.
Right.
So he's not college age. That's for fucking sure.
I know. He looks. To be honest, I feel like he's a freshman.
A lot of these kids
which is like what they're trying to be like, oh, you can relate to this because he's a freshman.
Yeah. So Superboy's there, and everybody knows he's Superboy or whatever. And they're like, you're not paying attention. You did really well on your test, which is weird, so you must have been cheating. And then Knockout shows up, and she's like...
so he gets accused of cheating?
Well, kind of. She says, based on your last exam's ... unprecedented score, Superboy, I assumed you'd pay much closer attention in class. So either he totally bombed it, or...
Why does he even need to go to school?
I don't know, whatever.
Like, is he like a ward of the state? Like, what's going on?
I don't know.
What is going on? Who are his parents?
There are no parents. There's no... I don't
Where are the parents?
I don't know. Because this is what happens. Like,
this is Trump's America.
Knockout shows up, and she's like, I'm taking Superboy out of class.
Oh, she's his parent.
Yeah, apparently
Oh,
she.
okay.
Well, so this is like you know how like
this is one of those porno situations.
Well, back in the 70s, you know how like Ted Nugent and I think Steven Tyler might have even done this, where they would adopt an underage girl so she could travel with them constantly.
Nugent totally did that.
Nugent absolutely did, and I think Tyler did too. But they would talk these parents into letting them legally adopt these underage girls so they could basically fuck them on tour. Yay!
Nugent
is the 70s great?
Nugent is horrible. I think Nugent is horrible. Can I also say Steven Tyler also pretty gross.
Yeah, no, they're all gross.
Always been
all that
gross.
like 70s.
I don't
gross.
hate Aerosmith. Guys,
no, they've got some good tunes. I'm just saying, like that's pretty fucking.
Aerosmith had some great songs in the '90s. I think some people took them a little bit too seriously. So fuck those people. You know, I used to because I remember.
Wait, what's an example of an Aerosmith song that's been taken too seriously?
I don't know. I just remember people being like, "Crazy, that's a good." Kids in my high school were just like getting into fucking Like my sister was really into Aerosmith. Like
I was into Aerosmith for a very short period of time. I think most
you can't be into Aerosmith unless if you're 30.
Well, no, I mean, like, I think
these are rules.
I think back in the day, everybody went through like a 3-month phase where they were totally into Aerosmith, and then you get out of Aerosmith and you go into other things.
I don't think I had that long of an Aerosmith phase.
Oh, mine was only like 3 months. Like I had like
because you're like, I gotta get a grip. I gotta go out and buy that tape.
Yeah. No, I had Eat the Rich.
That was on Get a Grip.
Was it on Get a Grip? Yeah. And then I had like the greatest hits one.
The big ones.
Yeah, the big ones.
Well, the thing, there's some good songs.
There's some great Aerosmith songs.
But they're still together, and it's every time I see Steven Tyler doing anything or existing, I'm like,
he has really pretty hair.
And I hear. Okay, can I have a very unpopular opinion on this show?
Is it about his hair?
No.
Oh, because it's very pretty. It's nicer than mine.
Well, I don't care about his hair.
Okay, anyway, continue.
I feel that a lot of songs about Aerosmith songs post 1995 or whatever.
Okay.
Or 3. Were about him wanting to have sex with his daughter.
Ew.
I don't know why.
What, you mean like Crazy and Amazing and all?
Because I feel like Jaded, or maybe that song Jaded, like that's a creep.
I don't know. I'd have to listen to it again.
I don't.
You just got the idea that he really wanted to fuck Liv Tyler.
I feel like he's just a scumbag.
Possible.
I don't know. I am not a fan of Steven Tyler himself.
Fair enough.
There's something about him where it's like there's just a thing like this happens in life occasionally, where I have
Let Shawn tell you about life.
I will. I have met a few handful of people.
Gonna get some life knowledge.
I have met a handful of people in this life. Some of them who out here. Some here out in Los Angeles,
Lord,
who you meet them and you just automatically know that they are trouble. You automatically know, like, I can't be around you ever. There's something about these people, male and female, where you're just like, this is gross.
This is bad.
This is bad. I am not comfortable. And that's how I feel about Steven Tyler.
Fair enough.
And look, I'm an adult man, I've seen a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of shit. But there's something I still get skeeved out by people regardless of age. A certain people, just like when you're just like, man, there's something up.
Yeah.
I can't know. Like,
yeah.
I gotta get away from this person because I just feel like there's something horrible is gonna, something not horrible, but it's just gonna be weird.
Yeah. Well, I wish Superboy had a half of your wariness because he should know that about Knockout, who is his Ted Nugent guardian.
Yeah.
Who's apparently adopted Superboy just so she could pedophile all over him.
Because go ahead and explain this next part.
So she goes into the room and she's like, I'm going to take him, whatever. And so he's like, okay, cool, let's do it. I'm out. I got to go to my locker. And then she just hears a kid saying to another kid, man, now I know why she's called Knockout. And she goes, oh, do you, little man? And she picks this kid up by the back collar of his shirt and she lays a fucking kiss on him, like tongue and everything, in front of the whole
there are witnesses.
classroom. There's witnesses. The teacher doesn't do anything.
There are
That's
witnesses.
awful. That is not okay. That like there's no like first
There
off,
are
he's
laws.
Too young. He's too young to consent. And second, like you don't just kiss fucking people. It's gross. And so he's like, you'll never know. I'm called Knockout. Of course, he's got like hearts all around his head. I'm like, this is gross. This is not okay. This is not a heart all around your head situation. This is a kid going, I just got fucking violated in the middle of my classroom. But again, she's a creepy pedophile. So whatever. I guess. I don't know. It's gross.
She went full Nugent, and it was gross.
She really did. She went full Nugent. So, like...
Don't forget the Nuge.
Don't forget he adopted an underage girl. Never forget. So then we go to
So now she pulls.
shit's-
Real quick again. So she actually pulls him out of class because she wants them to go fight robots,
Right.
That are they're fucking up the downtown Honolulu or whatever.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Look, we got to go and take
Fight
care of
robots.
this business." Because she didn't just pull him out of class randomly and go make out with one of her classmates for
I'm
a
assuming
reason.
that happens every single day.
For no reason. Yeah,
I'm
no,
assuming it's an everyday thing.
Yeah, when she picks him up from school, she's like, "Hey, where's your classmates?"
Yeah, she's just like fucking sitting. She's got like one of those camper shell things. Do you ever hear about like? So there was a rumor at my school back in the day
Oh boy.
that years before I started at the school, there used to be a girl who drove her dad's camper van.
Uh-huh.
You know, one of those pickup trucks with a shell on top of it. Yeah. And she actually ran quite a great business out of the back of it,
Oh.
turning tricks. Whether or not that's true, I have no idea. Like I said, it was a rumor.
Ooh, that sounds like a good 80s movie. You should write that movie.
Next to Palm Scream.
Palm Screams, Hollywood and Vine. You can put it on a...
Hollywood and Die.
Hollywood and Die. What would you call this? Like Rocky Mountain High? Or
It would have to be a horror movie. So like,
why? Does she think she's going in there and succubusing people?
sure,
dudes?
yeah. Like
actually, I kind of like that
It's like
idea.
Jennifer's Body.
Ooh, I kind of like this. I kind of like this premise. So she's like, "Hey, come in my camper van, suck life force,
Yeah,
absorb soul.
yeah.
Family
Now-
doesn't care that the son is missing."
Well, now she just has a whole army of idiot, brainless zombie boys.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna write this movie. I don't know what it's gonna be called though.
Oh, okay. Well, that's important.
Yeah, it's very important.
You to title your movie and then not write it. That's how it goes.
That's how I do things. Actually,
That's how I do a lot of things.
I'm just like I'm gonna write all these things. I never write any of them.
That's how I do everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, this is a
Yeah.
great idea for something. All right, goodbye.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I had a cool idea. Anyway,
Anyway,
what's on TV?
hey, sandwich.
Sandwich. So Knockout and Superboy start fighting these
Well, the stuff on these robots, and
They're all being controlled by the technician and his like mobile satellite device.
yeah, he's just up there with a little control.
Yeah,
and
it's got like a
giant satellite, like he's got direct TV up there on the roof.
but
Like,
it's
you
like even
idiot.
got a cord. Like it's not
Oh,
even
it's got a
advanced
cord.
enough
It's got to be
fucking
wireless. It's got to be wireless. This is how
Like you're not as good as you
90s
think
is.
you are, buddy.
Guys.
You should have made that wireless if you were that good.
He had to plug it in. He's got a. This is even before FireWire.
Yeah, and so he's like, "Oh yeah, you know,
He
whatever."
had to go to the Apple
blah,
Store
blah,
and get his
blah.
iRobot, whatever.
And of course,
They didn't have Apple stores back then.
Superboy's girlfriend is a reporter because we can't have too many differences between
Well, one of his
Superboy
girlfriends. He's got like 30
and
girlfriends.
Superman. And so as Knockout is punching all these girls, outside what's called the Boom Boom Room, there's a lady in a bikini, and she recognizes that Knockout is a woman named Kay.
Well, let me tell you something about Knockout. Knockout came to Hawaii to do her thing with Superboy.
Yeah.
Posed as a stripper.
Decided she needed some money.
Well, she had to have some sort of cover, apparently. Posed as a stripper, named Kay.
No one will think I'm a pedophile if I'm stripping for grown men. Is that what's going on
Yes.
here? Okay.
And she worked at the Boom Boom Room.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would not go anywhere near Boom Boom Room, even if it sold comics. Sorry.
What, anything called the Boom Boom Room?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
When was the last time you were in a strip club?
Oh, shit. When was the last time I was on a strip club? I can't remember. I'm being honest.
Oh, I know. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time that I've been to an actual...
Was it called the Boom Boom Room?
No.
Was it the Spearmint Rhino?
No, I've never been to a strip club out here.
I just don't know why it's called the Spearmint Rhino. I don't get it.
I don't know. That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
There's got to be a reason.
I'm assuming.
Maybe they just love wildlife.
So then we cut to some lab somewhere, and there's a guy.
Okay, yeah. So
I don't know who this guy is.
So apparently this is a
Mudman.
No, apparently this is a guy who is another Superboy villain. Superboy had like a rogues.
A gallery.
Yeah, he had a bunch of jerks that he fought.
Yeah.
For in his book for some reason.
Oh, besides creepy pedophiles that hang out with him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was that. I mean, there's a technician, and this guy apparently who we don't see. We just kind of see close-ups of him.
Yeah.
Because he escapes basically.
He looks like he creates a lot of mud.
Well, this is the thing. His name is Silver Sword.
Oh, so is that silver?
So apparently it's some sort of silver ally or something where he was being kept under a certain temperature.
Right, and
then
it was
changed.
cold outside or something, so there was a crack in the glass, and it's like a hermetically sealed thing, and blah blah blah. So he just like explodes all over these dudes. It's I guess it's supposed to be silver, but it just looks like mud.
It does.
So then we're back to Superboy's dumb journalist girlfriend up on the roof, and they see the technician doing his thing, and then
did they get shot at by
somebody
him?
gets zapped, but I don't know.
Oh no,
who.
it was like Superboy hears it because apparently I don't know if they don't notice. Did they all of a sudden they noticed them?
Yeah, he sees him, but I think he zaps him with those little goggle things, and he hurts
here's
the
thing though. So
cameraman.
those are Superboys. Oh, because he modifies them, so it makes sense.
Right, he modifies them so he can like send out heat waves, basically.
Because I don't think Superboy was able to do that.
He doesn't have heat vision.
He doesn't have heat vision. He's just strong.
So then Superboy
he's got an earring.
Flies up and he realizes what's going on, and the remote control gets killed, so the robots get stopped. And then technician's like, haha, I have your goggles. Fuck you, Superboy. And then something explodes, and I don't actually know what. Oh, Superboy like blows up the roof.
Yeah, he does it like an earthquake because this guy's like, haha, I'm a goggle man. I got your goggles and Samuel Jackson. But he's a regular dude, so fuck him.
Yeah, and even though he like just fell like 9 stories, he lived.
Oh, he's like what's his face? Vin Diesel.
Yeah, or Richard Pryor in when he skis off the roof in Superman 3.
Yes.
So he's like, oh no, I just broke my teleporter. I can't get out of here. And I don't even have my glasses because Superboy just took them. And he's like, I am going to get you. And he's like, how? Like, your robots are all dead and they're not going to do anything.
I'm going to get you with my soul patch.
And so this guy's like, oh, fuck you. I'm going to grab this cop's gun and I'm going to shoot your stupid girlfriend.
How is it that,
I don't know.
I don't know. That always bothers me when a cop lets a criminal that they're subduing.
Oh, well, it has to happen in comic books because then this moment wouldn't happen.
Well, I know it wouldn't, but...
So he shoots at this girl and...
Because he's like, I'm going to shoot your girlfriend, ha ha ha.
Superboy throws his telekinetic field around her.
See, that's the thing he has that Superman does not. Apparently, he has some sort of telekinetic abilities.
Yeah.
Because he does use it a few times where I think he kind of pushes robots away or something.
Yeah, so he throws it around her so the bullets bounce off and she lives.
Apparently, this is the first time that he figures out that he can project it onto somebody.
Yeah, and he's like, oh wow, Tana, that's so great. I love you so much. But then apparently Knockout's like, ugh, he's too old now. I'm out of here to go find more young boys. And so she leaves.
Wait, did she actually leave?
Yeah, she's gone.
Well, did she say something?
No, he's like, oh. He's like, oh, it all came out of that special training, quote, special powers training that Knockout pounded me through. I bet she did.
Oh,
and he says, oh, well, I guess I should thank her too, but she's already gone. She never stays around once there's no more action. So she doesn't stay once Superboy turns a certain age. She has to go find somebody younger. Because she's got to be, what's his name's character? All these high school boys stay the same age. I keep getting older, or whatever that quote is. You know what I'm talking about? No, it's like it's Matthew McConaughey.
What, Wooderson? In the
yeah, I keep getting older, but all these girls stay the same age or something. I love high school girls for that reason.
That's another movie that I have not.
I've never seen it, but I know that.
I should see it.
Isn't Ben Affleck in that movie? And he hits somebody with a bat, a bat or something.
Yeah, that's one of his things. I gotta add all these movies to the list.
I've never seen it either. Actually,
we should do our podcast again where we talk about movies.
That's right. We had a haven't seen it podcast.
We could just do it. Yeah, we could just do it in here and just be like, fuck it.
For like, yeah, but do we have to do what we were doing? Because we were doing like the AFA's top.
Oh, no,
100
just movies that everybody says are good.
Because that was a nightmare, and that's why we stopped doing it. Because no, I don't want to see any of those movies.
No.
That's why I haven't seen them. Yeah, we could do like.
I just feel like I should see because it's been like so Dazed and Confused, and I've already referenced like a bunch of movies over today.
Yeah.
That like I haven't seen.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen like. Well, luckily next month all the Jawses. All the Jaws movies are going on Netflix because I don't think I've seen anything other than the first one.
I've only seen the fourth one that I can remember. I've probably seen all the other ones like in bits and pieces.
I've only seen the first one, and I swear to God I saw it when I was like 7. I don't remember anything about it.
I have a film degree, and I can't recall seeing Jaws.
Anyway, so like Knockout's gone because she wants more young flesh, and then Superboy destroys his glasses because he's like, I don't need these anymore. You know what? Fuck it. I don't want to lose these again because I'm absent-minded.
Yeah, he's an idiot. And
he's like, by the way, reporter girlfriend, I love you, Tana, whatever.
And that's it.
And that's it. That's
how the book ends. There's not even a letters page. Fuck your letters.
There's not a letters page, but there is an ad on the very last page for something called League of Justice, Team of Magic, A Tyrant of Steel. And it has...
Well, it's an Elseworlds thing.
It's an Elseworlds. And it's got, like, Green Lantern as a knight on a horse. Green Arrow as, like, I don't know. I think he might have a wing. Flash is a devil. Batman is an actual bat. And then there's a fly
Flash
guy?
ain't a devil.
He's kind of... What is he?
He's a Mercury, and he's got, like, a chain. He's like Flavor Flav.
Okay, but he's red. He's completely red.
Yeah, he's just red.
Oh, Hawk Girl's an actual hawk. Like, she's got a hawk head. Well,
she's got a hawk head and hawk wingies, but then she's got, like
human body. Much
human
like
boobs.
Batman. Because Batman also has, like, a real bat face and bat wings. But
I think it's a mask.
Oh. Kind of want to read
He's got
this.
spiky hands.
I bet it's terrible.
And then, and Green Lantern looks like...
He's a knight. A horse.
He doesn't have a wing. Green Lantern doesn't have a wing.
Oh, no, that's
Green
Arrow.
Green Arrow doesn't have a wing.
Oh, that's Batman's knee pad.
That's Batman's knee pad.
Oh, I thought it was a wing.
No, Green Arrow looks like a wizard.
Yeah.
And then, there's the thing, too. It's weird that you have a hard time seeing it, but...
Is it the Atom riding a fly?
The Atom's riding a fly, and he's got, like, on, like, it looks like a wizard cowl, but he's, like, looks like a squid.
Yeah.
And then Wonder Woman just looks like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, he looks like he's got his head through Starro.
No, he does, actually.
That's what it looks like.
But apparently this was a 2-issue Elseworlds miniseries. Oh, okay. So this is a thing you could find separately. So it's a 2-shot.
Yeah.
And then they had the other Elseworlds out, which was like they did Batman and Dracula, Red Rain, and Gotham by Gaslight, and all those other ones. So yeah. So that looks neat.
Yeah, I totally buy that.
Maybe we should read one of those.
If we can ever find it, I'm sure it's a piece of shit.
Red Rain's pretty easy to find.
Yeah. No, I mean, I love Elseworlds. You know that. I love them all.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's it for Superboy number 23 from January 1996. Would you read the next issue?
No. This Superboy, I hate him. I do not like this version of Superboy with his stupid jacket and his earring and his shaved head.
Yeah, I never cared much for it.
It's way too extreme 90s for me. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
and you'll be glad to know that Knockout went on to die.
Yay!
She died. Actually, she died in, I think.
I hope she's haunted by all the children she molested. I hope that's her.
She's taking it hard this week.
Yeah, she is. Sorry, I don't like that.
Ouch!
Shit. I don't like that shit.
Rightfully so.
Don't like it at all.
She died in the Death of the New Gods.
Yay.
I think she was the one in the Death of the New Gods in the first issue that we read as the one that just like, oh, her heart got ripped out.
No,
that was her.
Well, that's
she died a very she came back to life, but she died a very, very undignified death.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer lady.
Oh, yeah. Well, then you wonder why people like Big Barda.
No, I do like Big Barda.
Big Barda's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. I like her.
Yeah, this woman sucks.
Yeah, no, not okay with it.
All right, well, that's it for the show this week. Thanks for listening. We will be back next week with more books and more fun. Where could people find you on Twitter and Instagrams and social media?
I'm at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram, jenstansfield.tumblr.com, and jenstansfield.wordpress.com.
And I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Angry Hero Shawn, SHAWN is how you spell it, Shawn. And my Tumblr, theangryhero.tumblr.com. Go to SideshowNetwork.tv for all of our fine podcasts here on our network. Lots of good stuff. And please, on iTunes, please review Worst Collection Ever. Write a review. Leave a 5-star review if you want. A 5-star rating if you think we deserve it. I think we do. We talked about a lot of stuff today. A lot of interesting things. A lot of things you maybe not have known about my life. About our lives. We had a lot to talk about. But please rate us. Tell a friend. Make sure that rating us in iTunes. Here's the deal. Look, if you tell more people to click on stuff on iTunes, it makes the podcast go higher in things. Mm-hmm. The more that happens, the more that people, if you like the show, you'll be able to see it more visible if people do that. So tell people to do that. So thank you for listening, folks, and we will see you again next time.
Bye.